Yeah, old school. That's what I'm talking about. Listen, this ain't for everybody. Some of y'all need to hear this. I know you're in the trenches fighting, but check it out. I'm gonna put it down like this so I can help the saints understand. Everything you're going through is all part of the master plan. Or what? You thought cause you got saved everything was gonna be peaches and cream? You better wake up, son. Don't nothing come to a sleeper but a dream. Faith without works is dead. Read your Bible, you know what it says. He who don't work don't eat. Blackers don't get fed. Yeah, Jesus said he who puts his hand to the plow looks back the same ain't fit. Some of y'all ain't been in the trenches 5 minutes and you about ready to quit. I ain't mad at ya, I'm just hitting you with the real. If you died for me and I was still tripping, now how you think that make you feel? Check this out, deep game, this here's deep. Some of y'all ain't sawing nothing but you started trying to reach. But unto him who is able to possess your fathers by his glory. Struggles might be part of your testimony, but it ain't the end of the story. Now upon this was prophesied way back in the day. Choir, sing your hook right here and see if the church can relate.
I know we can make it. I know good and well. God can work it out. Work it out. Yeah, he'll work it out. I know we can make it. We can make it. I know good and well. God can work it out. Yes, he can. Yes, he can. Yes, he can. Yeah.
Thinking not strange, the fiery trials wanted to try you. You say, why you? But your church say, what would Jesus do? Why you asking if he ain't trying to do what he's saying? He told you he was going to have tribulations, but you thought he was playing. 1 minute you're telling how good God is and can't nobody beat your talk. The next minute you're backsliding so fast, it's like you're moonwalking. Oh yeah, I'm preaching to myself because I ain't no better. It ain't like I've been following his every word, obeying it to the letter. But we soldiers, we got to remember that. Regroup, stay on point. Yeah, bow down, confess, repent, stay humble, let him anoint. It ain't easy as I thought it was. I'd be lying if I told you that. But it showed up getting better all the time. Trust me, that's the fact. Ain't nothing we going through that can't be handled. God put that on his son. Like they say, you can shout now if you want to, cause the battle's already won. So while you're going through the valley, don't even trip. You're gonna be on top. Choir, sing the hook line one more again. This time you don't stop.
I know we can make it. We can make it. I know good and well. God can work it out. Yes, he can. Yes, he can. He'll work it out. We can make it. I know good and well. Oh yeah. Yes, he can. If you let him, I know good and well. He can work it out. Work it out. Work it out.
Yes. Welcome, everyone. This is your host, Lamont Patterson, and you're listening to Can a Player Play? I just had to give a minute to Big Boy upstairs. You know, it's my belief, and I hope it is yours, that he's going to help us through this thing, boy, because there's a whole lot of madness going on out there in the world right about now. So we definitely need him to intervene and bring peace and love back to this planet before we self-destruct. And it's getting scarier every day. And believe that. Anyway, thank you for joining us. We have a fantastic show for you lined up today. We hope you're somewhere being comfortable and being safe, and have a pen and a paper. You might be able to make some notes. The title of our show today, or should I say the topic of our show today, is called Reading is Learning. And our guest, Miss Laleh Chini, is going to be joining us. She's an author, and she's wrote a whole bunch of books. And I don't know. Let me see if she's here. I mean, Canada Book Awards a couple times. She's done some tremendous work out there. Miss Chini, are you with us? Hello. The terrible connection. I can't hear you. Can't understand what you're saying. I know our guest is calling from Canada, and I know we're having a terrible time. Hello. Wow. All right. Hopefully we'll be able to hear her in a moment. Guess we can't control the weather. I'm sure some weather this stopping us from having a good, clear connection, but hopefully it's going to work out soon because we're not going to fail with this for sure. So we're going to keep on going. Hopefully she'll be able to call back momentarily. And if y'all been looking at the news, what do y'all think, man? There's some crazy stuff going on out here in the world. What we going to do next, man? I guess we're looking for another planet, and, you know, people are trying to leave from here and go somewhere else to tear up something else. You know, it would be a really nice thing if they took some of those resources and utilized them here, you know, on the planet where we're currently residing, and fix our food, fix our water, fix our climate issues, you know, help some of these homeless people, take them off the streets, you know, provide shelters for them. You know, if you could build stuff to go to the moon, I know you could build some residence for these people. Everybody that's on the street is not homeless by design. They're not homeless because they want to be. There had to be something traumatic that happened one time in their lives. And I think that it would be better suited to have a situation where you could talk to these people and find out what their particular scenario is and provide, you know, assistance to them, because some of those can contribute and help this planet, you know, help this world. You know, everybody's just not out there like that, you know. That's my thought.
Yes.
Hello, Miss Chini.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, yes. Thank
me?
you. Yeah.
Oh,
we
God.
can hear you now.
That's awesome. I was panicking.
Oh, well, you made it. You made it. I was.
Yes, thank you very much for the invitation, and I'm so honored. I appreciate it. Thank you for all the beautiful words you used at the beginning. I appreciate that.
Well, I'm glad you could hear me, because we certainly couldn't hear you.
I know.
Yeah.
That was terrible.
Yeah, but you know what? You know, sometimes there are technical issues, and I understand. It's outside of our control, and I'm sure our listeners, they understand as well. It's not our first rodeo. You know, sometimes things happen beyond our control, but we just have to persevere and move forward.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah. So I hope I pronounced your name correctly.
Laleh.
Laleh?
Yes, Laleh Chini.
Okay. Well, all right. Well, you have the floor. Well, tell our listeners a little bit about who you are and how you got to be here.
First of all, I appreciate your invitation. Thank you very much. And my name is Laleh Chini, and I was born in Iran, Shiraz. It's a beautiful city, and I think it's very famous in the world. I just moved to U.S. in the age of 16, and I married at the age of 18 in 1987. And we moved to Canada soon after we got married. And we're still living in Canada 34 years so far. That's 34 years full of love. I'm very lucky to have my husband. Thank God for that. The result of our story, marriage, and life is a son, Amir, and the daughter, Abnoos. And we're also blessed to have a wonderful, kind daughter-in-law.
Okay. So when did you decide that you wanted to be an author?
Well, it all started with the painful story of my mom's life. She was forced to marriage when she was 11. And unfortunately, my father wasn't an ideal, kind man. And 11 is just a child, you know. So my mother suffered a lot. And her journey was very, very hard. And that's what we call destiny, I guess. They tell her to just stay focused, be patient, and that's life. That's the destiny. But I don't believe that. When you force a little girl at the age of 11 to marry, that's not destiny. That's a crime. So, aligned her horrible right, there was 4 children, which I was the second child. We witnessed many, many bad things. I don't think a child deserves to see these. So when my grandparents,
How old was your mother when she had her first child?
14. My sister, she's 2 years older than me, and then she was 16, my mom, when she gave birth to me. She was a child.
Right.
And when my grandparents forced her to marry at the age of 11, they didn't just destroy her life. They destroyed 4 innocent child's life as well. So I could never imagine what were they thinking. But the most interesting part is that they never believed of doing anything wrong. All those things in life had to be told. I had to do something. I always thought about this. So the only way was to write about it. I owed this to my mom and millions of little girls that are pushed to be married. These parents are true criminals, honestly. They never go on a trial, of course, for their misdeeds, but they are criminals. I wanted to be the voice for these girls.
Was that part of your culture, or was that due to the economics? I mean, what was their reason for marrying the girls off at such a young age?
The interesting part is that my grandparents were wealthy people, and educated people. My grandfather, for let's say 60 years ago, my mom is, let's say 70. My mom is 69 now. She's 69, and my grandfather was an educated man. So I don't know what the reason could be. It's not money for them. It wasn't lack of knowledge. I think I can just call it stupidity, carelessness, many, many things.
Wow.
Well, even my mom's cousins, which they were at the same age, they continued their education. They went to university. So, no, I don't think we can call it a culture thing. I don't believe that.
Well, it's kind of mind-boggling.
Yeah, that's very hard.
For one, it's mind-boggling to say the least, because 11 years old, you're a child. But I've understood in some parts of the world that
they
children
still do that. I believe you.
Yeah, and children are promised before 2 years old. They promise to another family or to wed into another family.
That's a crime.
Yeah, it is.
That's so sad. Yes.
So
and what can they do?
Well, keep. I don't know. That's a good. You got me on that one because I was thinking. I mean, it's like it's not like they don't know, and it's not like they haven't heard it before. And I'm sure for whatever their reasons are for doing it, they have some justification. And for every dysfunctional thing that society does out there, some educated person, somebody has a reason for it to explain it away, and that's probably why things are so hard to change, because it's okay, we've done that for 1,000 years, but just because you've done it for 1,000 years, does that really make it right? So
things have to be changed.
Yes, and all we can do is basically, I think, what we're doing now. We use this platform that we have here that can touch the masses, and hopefully somebody will receive the message that you're giving them.
Exactly, and that was the point, that this book is out there, and millions of books like this, and we have to be the voice for them. I had to do that.
So, Climbing Over the Grit, that was your first book, correct?
Yes. So when my daughter she loved reading books. Even when she was 1 or 2, she just held the books and pretended that she's reading. So when she was 15, I told her, I just suggested that we should write a book about Grandma's life. And she told me right away, writing a book is not a joke. It's not easy. I said, yes, I know that, but let's just try. Let's see. So that summer, at the age of 15 as she started structuring the chapters and everything about this book, which at the first day we decided to name it Climbing Over Grit. So after that, she was, all the summer she was doing that, and then I took over. I add to it. I made it more, many more pages, and then again the next summer she continued. So we did this several times, cutting, adding, and then editing and finding publisher. It took us 7 years because we had no experience, we had no courage. But it took us 7 years, and finally the book was published by Wisehouse Publishing, Laleh.
In this book, did it speak? Was this book geared toward children, or did it mainly talk about your life experiences coming up?
No, it's a memoir, adult. It's not a children's book, yeah.
Okay. And when did you, I guess, after that book, you and your daughter co-wrote that book, correct, together?
Yes. But after that, she went to medical school, so she was very busy. Then she couldn't continue writing books with me. But she gave me the courage. It was enough for me to just continue my dreams.
Mm-hmm.
So the second book that I wrote, it was a coincidence. So I went back home for a visit, and my sister is a professional painter. So there was a beautiful painting in her living room, which it just made me stay there, look at it for a long time, and I had tears in my eyes. There was a poor boy just looking at the sea. There was too many things that went through my mind, and I just thought I can write a lot about this boy. So right away I told my sister, oh my God, this is a phenomenal painting. If I ever write about this boy, would you let me use it for the cover of my book? And without any hesitation, she said, of course, I'll be honored. So there, Soroosh was born in my mind. And I chose Soroosh, the name, because in my language, Soroosh means message from God. And this book, it has lots of hopes. I have so many reviews from my fans that they told me how this book gave them hope, and they loved it. I'm so lucky to have so many great reviews, and I heard about my fans a lot. They gave me courage to continue and write more.
And it's great to have a family that's supportive.
Oh my God, my family are just so kind, so kind. They always use the word, we're so proud of you, and I'm so honored to have them all. They always say that they push me to write more, and that I'm very lucky.
I have a question. I know that's a blessing. That's a blessing within itself. You know, one, to have a family, and two, this day and age, to have people that's truly supportive.
Exactly.
I was looking at some information that I have here. Did you cry while writing your books? And I'm only thinking that either you would get pleasure out of writing your books, or you could be reflecting on something in your life that would cause that. So which one is it?
Yeah. Every single time that I was on the books to write it, Climbing Over Grief, I cried, especially when it reached the end. It was a reminder of everything we went through, and it was heartbreaking. And even for Soroosh, that it was a fiction, a made-up story, I cried several times for this boy that he had to suffer a lot. Yes, unfortunately, I cry a lot.
Wait a minute.
Over my book.
You created the character, and then you cried because of the story that you created with the character?
I know, that's silly.
But
trust me. Even if I watch a documentary about an animal, I just cry. I can't.
Okay.
I have a very sensitive, I think, feelings, I guess.
Well, do you write songs too?
No, my sister does. My daughter sometimes, but I don't have the talent to write songs, I guess. I never tried, but I love reading poems.
Well, I was just thinking, boy. I said, if you cry when you writing your books, boy, if you wrote a song, boy, you'd probably be crying through the whole song.
Yeah, that could be very, because crying makes you write nice things when you're broken, when your heart is broken.
Yeah. It definitely caused you to reflect on your life and your experiences and different stuff. So, what all genres of books do you write?
The thing is, it's so funny that I started with memoir. The second book is fiction. The third book is short stories. The fourth book is a novel with adult pictures. And I have 5 children's books. I'm working on 2 more, and I have more short stories. I guess you can just accept the poem. I've done many other things. But I just, there's not just one genre I work on. Mm-hmm. Anything comes in mind, I guess. Anything that's exciting for me or interesting, I guess I just do that.
Well, you have several books out. Are they all out in the market now?
Yes, I have 4 books.
Yeah, I was just going to say,
and
tell
5
our listeners.
Children.
Tell our listeners the name of each. Yeah.
Of course, I would be honored. So the first one is Climbing Over Greed, and it's on the way of being translated and published in Danish language. And then it was Soroosh. Soroosh is already published in Danish language and in Farsi language with different publishers. And the third book was 30 short stories by Laleh Chini. And this is 30 short stories, which are mostly the memory of my childhood, and plus a few stories that I just made up. And it comes with cute little pictures, and people liked it. And the fourth book is The Endless Sunset, which is a picture book, adult, and it's about a little girl and the way it ends in World War II and what they go through with her sister. And this was, people liked it, and I have so many reviews about that too. And then I have 5 children's books, and I'm working on 2 more.
So out of all the books that you've written, have you found, I guess, the same enjoyment out of each one of them, or does each one of them have their own personalities?
I guess so. And it's completely 4 different books, but at the end it has connection to me. And I guess I forgot to mention that Climbing Over Greed and Soroosh have won Canada Book Award. Also, one of my children's work, which is called What Do You Want to Be, won the Canada Book Award as well.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
There's a lot of people out there that wish they could write and at least concentrate long enough to write. So to find your publisher, which, it took you 7 years to find your first publisher, or you had some experiences along the way trying to get a publisher that you're happy with?
Actually, it took us 7 years altogether, writing. And no, I can say it took me less than a year to find a publisher. It was the hardest path of the book. I can say easily for the Climbing Over Grief, which was our first. I passed the synopsis query of the book to over 600 publishers all around the world. And I was very lucky that Wisehouse Publishing, Laleh, accepted the book and made a contract with us.
Wow, that's a great story. With 7 years, you definitely had to be committed.
I think I'm very tough. Or maybe brave, I don't know. The thing about me is that I never give up. And I guess it shows in my book. When you get to the end, you say, oh, this is Laleh. Even though it's a boy, Soroosh, or it's a girl from Poland, Laleh.
So you said that you write according to whatever comes in your mind that you feel like writing. There's no particular genre or a subject matter that you feel more comfortable with?
No, not really. I even have a notebook beside my bed. Sometimes in the middle of the night, I come up with something. I just write it down because then I'm going to forget in the morning. I always take notes, and it really helps a lot. So every time they ask me, what do you have, what suggestions, or what do you want to tell the new people who wants to be an author, I say just take notes. Take notes and be strong. Just write. Don't think about all your mistakes. Don't think about whatever you bring in the paper. It's going to be wrong. The grammar is wrong. That doesn't matter because you go over it several times. You fix it. But the idea will never come back. It's very important to write the idea down, even if it's just one page. One page can help you to write a full book.
Wow. I never heard it put like that, but that's very powerful because I was just thinking, I have been wanting to start on my book, on myself and my career, but I haven't really came to how I wanted to begin, and I went out and bought, a voice recorder, little bitty hand tape recorder, and I said that I was going to start,
good.
Yeah, but I've never used it. That's the problem. That's why I'm thinking about what you were saying. Yeah, I'm thinking about what you were saying, to just write the notes, right? And I mean, that's the song it's the same as if you get a good idea for a song. I was talking to one of my other singer friends the other day, and she said something, and I said, "Oh, that's a good song for a title." And then we could just write the first line, but I didn't write it down. And she asked me, "Did you write it down?" And I'm like, "Did you write it down?" But neither one of us wrote it down, and I don't remember what it was right now.
Yeah, that's the key. Honestly, it helps a lot. I have so many notes. I get lost in them.
I guess that's the key to write it down or record it. But I think even before that, I think the most important thing is to get started. You know, to get started.
Courage.
Either way, to get started.
Yes. Yes. Just believe in yourself. You can do it.
Yeah, well, I
Everyone
believe
can write a book.
It's just it's the just getting started part, because you always get distracted. You know, you always say you're going to do it, but you have to actually do it. Not just say you're going to do it, but you just have to actually start.
Yes.
Once I start, I'll follow through. It's just the getting started part.
Honestly.
So have you written? I mean, you wrote a lot of children books. So where do you see yourself, or where do you see your writing taking you?
Well, I take it as hobby for now, because I could never call myself a professional author. So I guess just for hobby, I started to write, and I always dreamed of being an author when I was a child. My sister, she's 2 years older than me, as I mentioned, and she loved reading books, and she still does. She's a true bookworm. I always followed her footsteps. So she passed the book to me always. I was a dreamer. Every time I started that children's book, I dreamed that my name will be on the cover. And after it was finished, I talked to my imaginary fans. As a child, believe me, for like hours, I talked to my fans. That's so silly. Sometimes I just laugh of all those dreams, but that's how it pushes you to become what you really want to be. I guess my soul was always screaming to reach the title of being an author.
You know, that's the second encouraging story that I hadn't heard in 2 days. Yesterday, I was watching the King Richard, Will Smith's new movie.
Mhm. Yes.
Which
very nice movie.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, you did? Well, you should have seen me then.
Yeah.
I was one of the guys hanging out near the market, literally, for real. Yeah.
Oh, never
so
knew.
if you've seen the movie, you saw me too. But anyway, the storyline was encouraging. How the dad, had dreamed. Had the dream and the vision before Serena and Venus was even born, and
mm-hmm.
it was just a powerful, encouraging story about the power of dreams. And I'm hearing you saying something similar about you've always dreamt of becoming an author and seeing your name on books and look at you now.
Yeah, and it's true. It's true. Whatever you dream, you can reach it. It's not a lie. Or you can prove that it's not a lie. You have to try for it as well.
Yeah,
my favorite part about being an author, I guess, because of the never-ending imaginations. You're the one who controls the destiny of the character. You can be the voice of many broken people. You can give hope with your words, you know. You can change people's lives with whatever you write. Make them want to try harder because dreams do come true. It's possible. When I write, I just get lost. All the world around me just shuts down. I'm completely in my story. So that's a very good feeling. Hours of writing never makes me bored. Like I can even forget that I'm hungry. It's very enjoyable. That is, I think, for everything, you know. Some kids like to be pilots when they're little kids. So when you become a pilot as you wished, that's beautiful. Anything, any job. Yeah.
Well, it always helps, you know. Any creative person, I think any person could have the ability to dream. And first, you really have to dream it, and then you believe it, and you pursue it. Look at all the creations and inventions and all the talented people and all the contribution people have made to this world, and it all starts from somewhere, you know. And a lot of times, people may not even see your dream or vision, and that's not even really important. The only important thing is that you see it and you believe it.
Exactly. You said it all.
Yes. And it's hard, you know. And even in my business, I tell people I quit every day, but I start right back the next day. I mean, because it's my dream, my love, my passion. This is who I am. So, yeah, I get frustrated.
I can feel that.
I get frustrated. I get pissed off, and like I said, I quit every day. But what do I do the next day? I'm right back doing the same thing. You know what I mean? Because this is who I am. You know.
Yes.
So you know, I'm a creative.
That's very important.
Yes, because, you know, you're a creative person. You
that
are, and I hear it in you.
At the end, yeah.
You know, you're a creative person. You reach out and touch people, and like you said, through your writings and through my music and different things, you know, we affect change, and the fact that we're blessed people, good people. You know, we feel good to be able to spread messages, you know, and I think through your writing, you touch so many people that may not know you personally, but they come to know you through your writing, and that's powerful.
That's really
it's powerful.
Thank you.
Yeah, and it's powerful if you think about it, because even once your life is over and we're no longer here, there's other people still going to resonate to your work because you've left a footprint.
Yeah.
And that's even beautiful to think about itself, you know, for especially
that's
you,
the beauty.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of the songs, books, or any creations. That even when you're not here, others can use it and just maybe it helps, maybe it gives you hope.
Well,
or maybe makes you calm. Or try.
I wish I knew how to paint, because I can't even draw stick people.
Oh, that's a wonderful joy. Painting
I've
is
always
awesome.
wanted to be a painter, and I always wanted to smock, and I wanted an easel, you know, I wanted the whole nine. I wanted to dress the part, you know, but I figured if I went out and bought the outfit.
You can do both. start from tomorrow. You can write your book and be a painter. Why not?
Hey, look, just don't go on Amazon and buy the outfit and don't know how to paint, huh? Just don't look the part. So, I mean, I guess the reason I had asked you about earlier, where did you see yourself beyond here, is because I know a lot of books and a lot of authors at some time and some point in their career, their books turn into cartoon characters or possibly inspired a movie of some sort. Do you ever see any of your work going there?
Honestly, I wish, especially Soroosh. That's a great subject for a movie, but I don't know where to start and who to reach. I hope someday someone reads this book and call me or email me and tell me, would you let me make a movie from Soroosh? Because this story could make many people cry.
Yeah, I was just going to ask you again briefly, what is the book about?
It's a poor boy that was he lost his father when he was 10, and he had to take care of his family. And this boy worked very, very hard because her mom and she wasn't allowed to work in the society. Women couldn't work, so he had to work. And he reached a high peak of life. He gave the best life that his family could have. But with a lot of suffering, hard working, the journey is like that.
Yeah, that would be a good story.
Yeah, that's a good story for a movie. Hopefully one day.
Yeah, well, you seem like you got the power, so I could see that happening.
Oh, thank you. You shot a star for me.
Yeah, you got the power, so just claim it.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
So what's your next thing? What else do you got coming up? I mean, are you doing any book tours or anything?
Because of Corona and all these online things we can do, so mostly the book tour is almost out of the program, I guess. We're doing everything we can. See, like I'm talking to you right now while I'm at home. So life is a little bit easier these days.
Yeah, well, one thing it's doing is making us a little bit more creative because well, of course, through this digital age we're in, you get to do interviews such as this. You also get to do virtual appearances, where you could be at home and still, do different things. So it's making us a little bit more creative, and it's making people that didn't used to utilize computers, it's making a whole lot of people computer literate.
Yeah, and I also have a website, a blog, a voice from Iran, and every week I could a short story that usually gives moral. I like all the stories with moral that you learn something or you feel good about it or gives you a good start, a great day. So every week, every Thursday, I have a story there. Plus, I publish the reviews that people give me in this A Voice from Iran, which easily they can reach at lalehchini.com. And many people reach me in this blog. Many connection comes in my Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, as much as I can try to reach others. And people are so kind. I was blessed with many great 5-star reviews about all my books, all 4 of them.
Wow, that's a blessing. You mentioned that you had Twitter and Facebook, but you didn't give the listeners the addresses.
Oh, Laleh Chini is if they even search in Google, I think everything is there. But Laleh Chini in Instagram, in LinkedIn, in Facebook, and A Voice from Iran. It's in Instagram and blog. They can easily find it.
Okay. Yeah, well, we want to make sure they'll know how to reach you. I mean, that's the most important thing.
Yeah, I appreciate it. It was an honor to talk to you today, so maybe some more people could hear my voice, read my books, and send me more reviews.
And hopefully you'll get that book that's gonna make that movie for you.
I hope so. I certainly hope so.
I could definitely see it happening because you definitely have a story to tell, and there's a lot of young women out there all over the world has, came through, trying situations, and they're a beacon of light for others, and
yes.
In a sense, it's almost like you were appointed to do this job you're doing.
That was the reason, to just spread the message, spread that this way of living, these girls, it's not fair. They go through a lot, it's crazy. If you ever get a chance to read Climbing Over Greed, you see that's so hard for a little girl to manage. A marriage life, that's, I can't even talk. It's very hard. You're 11. What can you do? You have to play with your dolls. You can't cook. You can't give birth. You can't be responsible for guests or children or many, many things.
Did your people send us a copy of that?
Sorry, your voice got disconnected.
No, I asked, did your people send us a copy of that book?
Oh, no, but I can do that.
Okay. Well, I didn't know
if your people
had. Yeah, I didn't know if they had sent it to us, a copy of it, and I just hadn't seen it not yet, because I was going to look for it and read it.
Yeah, I can't wait to know what do you think about it. Hopefully you read it and you like it.
Yeah, well, I'm very passionate about that subject matter, because, I think part of my mission on this planet here is to help others. And I've done quite a few shows on, domestic violence and sexual abuse and those things. So I definitely have a voice in terms of, what's right and what's wrong in society today. And, I just want to spread the good message.
I'm lucky that I'm talking to you. I appreciate it.
Yeah. So I think that's, part of what I want to do in terms of me being able to help, So, yeah.
That's very kind of you, and definitely you are a huge help. Your voice, many people hear it, and that's a big help too.
Yeah, I have a cousin. I have a cousin, and he's a minister, and he says, "Oh man, I'm in church every Sunday. I'm in church every Sunday," and I said, "Cousin, so am I. I just don't go to your church, but I still spread the message, and I still spread the word, and hopefully millions of people will hear what I'm saying and hear the message and hear the guests that I bring on the show to help their lives, to touch them, to help them with their kids, their families, their jobs." I say, so no, I don't go into a brick and mortar building like you do. But I think my work is just as important and just as rewarding.
It is. I believe you. Of course.
I make him shut up, though. I make him shut up. And the funny part about it is he and I were born on the same day, 6 minutes apart.
Oh, that's interesting. That's very interesting.
Yes. So, listen, it's been a fantastic pleasure. It's an honor to know you now, and I wish
pleasure is all mine.
Continued success and keep up the good fight. Keep doing what you're doing, and
thank you very much for having me. I'm so glad I met you by internet. I know we didn't see each other, but it's just the same. It was a beautiful 1 hour of, talking to you was wonderful. I'm so glad I did this.
And thank you. We definitely enjoyed you, and I'm going to be looking for your work, and hopefully I get to read that book soon, and I get to call you and talk to you about it and tell you about it.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. You have a great day.
You too, and be safe out there and take care, and let your fans know. In about 2 minutes, this show will be available worldwide, so people can hear it wherever they are. There's no excuse, so they could ask their mama, their daddy, the milkman across the street, the guy that live on the corner. They could ask anybody. They'll be able to tell them where they could hear your show and hear everything that we talked about today.
I hope so. I will spread the link, of course. And thank you very much. And I appreciate it. Have a great day.
All right, and be safe.
Thank you.
All right, everybody. We'll see you this time next week, same time, 2:30 PST, and y'all be safe. Peace.
God is good.
Yeah. Could have that been for the Lord on my side. Brought me through. Any toil, snare,